Right, let's try this again. Oh my days. I could see all the comments. Can you guys hear me now? If anyone's in here now, before I start talking, before I start spitting, does everyone hear me? Because I had some technical issues on that last live. Um, but yeah, guys. Oh my days. Matty Darmz, man, what a player. Let me just send the link out to people if they can see. Oh, you can hear me now. Yes. Yes. Okay, let's go. I don't know what happened. Sorry about that, guys. I apologize. I apologize for that that last for that last one. I was speaking for like 2 minutes straight, and yeah, I kept. It said it was working, but then like the sound wasn't coming through clearly. But yeah, it's working now. We're good. We're good. Anyway, Matty Darmz, guys. Matty Darmz, Matteo Darmian. Put some respect on that name. This guy, Maldini wishes he was just as good as Matteo Darmian, man. What, like, when we signed him, could you imagine that this guy would have provided us with 6 points by himself? Like, this guy's provided us with 6 points. Cagliari winner, Hellas Verona winner. He's scoring the goals that we're expecting from Lautaro. We're expecting these goals from Lukaku. What a player, man. What a signing. 1.5 million from Parma, whatever it was, cheap as hell. Very underrated. No one turned up to his medical. People were talking about, oh, who's this guy? Why is Conte signing this guy? This guy proving all the doubters wrong. Yeah, even I probably was one of the doubters, but I was always in the camp of give Conte all his weird signings. I don't care if he wants these kind of weird signings, just give them to him. I don't care. Wow, this guy's what a super sub. Yeah, as you guys are calling him, a super sub. Where I can see everyone is talking about the Handanovic. I've got the screenshot here. If you guys don't know, if you didn't watch the match, Handanovic, embarrassing. Once again, embarrassing. We got away with one. We got the 1-0 win, but it should have been 1-1. I don't know why the goal was called off. I've got the screenshot on my Twitter. Let me just pull it up for you guys. I have no idea, honestly, guys. If you guys know why it was called off, or you might have a theory on like the rule book or why that was, deemed to be illegal. I have no idea, honestly. Where is it here? The zone, Italy. Faraoni jumps up for the ball at the same time as Handanovic. Well, I wouldn't say Handanovic jumped up. You can see his feet are barely moved off the ground. That is awful, management, or bossing your own 6-yard area. Like, you have to jump up as basics of a keeper. You jump up to make sure you got it. And this guy waited for the ball to come down to him. I don't know if he didn't get the shout from the defenders to say man on, that Faraoni was right underneath him, because obviously he was looking up the whole time. But that's embarrassing. Clearly it doesn't hit Faraoni on the arm. It looks like it hits him on the shoulder. And it just goes in off that rebound. And I don't know why it was called off. I think we got lucky with this one. Handanovic got away with one today. That was a lucky escape, because to me that looks like a legal goal to me. What do you guys think? Because I think we got away with one. I don't know what you guys what are you guys saying? Handball call, yeah, I'm guessing is handball call, but VAR should have had. I mean, it doesn't look like a handball there to me. It looks like pretty clear shoulder, but obviously the the screenshot can always be deceiving, and I need to see it like in real time. In real time, if we actually maybe hit is the lower part of his shoulder, which would count as hand probably. But yeah, that was a lucky escape. Daniel says it's not in the rule book. Just the goalkeepers get away with this crap all the time. Yeah. Hey, goalkeepers are a very protected species, aren't they? Like referees, as soon as you breathe on the goalkeeper, it's a foul. If you nudge him slightly when he's catching the ball, it's a foul. But this one was so soft. I really don't understand why we got this this thingy. Or watch Inter Lautaro video. I'll have a look on Twitter to see what happened there, because I haven't seen the replay, honestly, to be honest with you guys. I don't know if you yeah, here it is. Let me share the screen with you guys, because this is, in my view, I really don't know what's happened. Oh, here it is. So it jumps up. Yeah, that's a shoulder. That's clear shoulder, guys. Look, jumping up. in there, hits him on the top of his shoulder. And Handanovic, look, he doesn't even jump up. He's just looking straight up, waiting for the ball to fall to him. That is, oh my days, that is embarrassing goalkeeping. Embarrassing, guys. You should be able to dominate your 6 yard. He's literally outside of his goal. You have to dominate that area. Handanovic, man, this is getting worrying now. This is like the beginning of the season when we were worrying about Handanovic a lot. Every single match we were hoping people don't shoot on goal, or these kind of situations are not created just so we don't get to see Handanovic mess up like this. That Abisso, yeah. Abisso, if you guys don't know, Abisso is the guy that a couple years back, 3 years back, when Spalletti was there, I remember that infamous handball decision that went against Inter, against Fiorentina, where D'Ambrosio clearly hit it with his chest / shoulder, and he gave a handball even after the VAR review. And there was that meme of Gagliardini showing him on the phone, like showing him, like, look, it's not even handball. And this guy was actually taken off Inter duties. He hasn't refed Inter since that Inter Fiorentina, or that Fiorentina Inter game like 2 or 3 seasons ago. And today was the first time he refed Inter. So yeah, Ahmad, you might be right. He might be trying to get that positive karma back from Interisti for robbing us all those years back. But now, yeah, I guess he's he's contributing in a big way to Inter securing the Scudetto here, because that is worth those 2 extra points, because that would have been 1-1. That is worth in gold, this weight in gold. That poor decision. That was a poor decision. The more I see it, the more I'm convinced that was a poor decision. Embarrassing defending, man, from Handanovic. Handanovic got folded as per the law of encroachment, but should have been, encroachment. Yeah, you have to. I'm sure there has to be a bit more force involved in encroachment. Varoni didn't even touch Handanovic from what I saw. It was just literally the ball bounced off his shoulder. Yeah, bro, we all got. This was, if we consider that would have been the return of Pazza Inter, that would have been confirmed, the return of Pazza Inter. Yeah, he didn't even make contact with Handanovic. He got the ball first. I would have understood if Handanovic got the ball and then Faroni's shoulder took the ball off his hand. But Handanovic never actually had the ball. He was just expecting it. Yeah, they know. Yeah, and then keepers know. Keepers moan about every little touch as well, so they know they'll get it. But still, it's pretty super soft, pretty embarrassing, man. King Darian says when they're willing to score more than 1 goal in the game. Yeah, man. We started off the season as being this very attacking, high-scoring team, and now it's hard to predict into games being more than 2 or 3, more than 2 goals, honestly, even for the other team. Which it's nice that we're not gonna, we've got the best defense in the league now for the moment, because Juventus today conceded a goal against Fiorentina, so that means that Inter right now are the best defense in the league. But then Atalanta now are running ahead in terms of goals scored, and they've got a match now that they're gonna play, so they're probably gonna win. They're not gonna win anything from it, but they're gonna be top of the leaderboards in terms of scoring, which I was hoping to end up at the top, just because of the, it means something, it shows something to the Conte haters that call him a defensive coach, that call him a boring coach, that call this Inter a boring team. It would have been, a little FU to write to their faces to, just to show them that this team is not boring. But we really are kind of coming back into a little shell these last few matches. We're just stumbling over the line to this Scudetto. We're not really, pushing these teams aside with style, which probably we would like to see as Interisti. Obviously, we don't care how we win it, but it would be nice to see us, sweep these guys aside, left and right, like get out of there. Lukaku going for the capocannoniere, trying to beat Cristiano to that title. But yeah, I don't care, guys. Honestly, if we don't, we don't. But Handanovic needs to retire. That's kind of harsh. But he definitely, we've been saying for a while, even though he had that good period, someone has to come in now to challenge Handanovic. Someone has to come in, because Juventus, they have Szczesny has been a great goalkeeper for them, but recently, last 2 or 3 weeks, he was messing up. Some Buffon came in and has been doing a good job for them, because he's not as good as Szczesny anymore, but he can provide competition. Meret, Ospina, Ospina starts most of the time, but Meret can come in, knows Ospina knows that his spot is not guaranteed. They can both fight for the spot. Whereas Handanovic, he's the captain. It just seems like he can rest on his laurels. Radu clearly doesn't get a look in from Conte. So whoever this keeper is, because Radu has Serie A level ability. I'm not saying that he should be the Inter number one, but he's proven at Genoa, and in the past before that, he's a decent Serie A level keeper. But it seems like Conte or the goalkeeping coach or the goalkeeping people that look after the goalkeepers clearly saying to Conte that maybe this guy is not good enough or whatever. So we need to get in a goalkeeper that Conte likes or Conte's staff likes, that can actually challenge Handanovic, because you can't go on like this. Handanovic, we saw that who scored stat where it showed Handanovic has made the most mistakes this season in the Serie A, leading to an opposition goals, which is 3. It would have been 4 today if that, which it should have been called, would have been 4. But yeah, $5 Australian from my guy Anthony. I'm sure he did his live reaction, or he's doing it in the coming minutes or so. But yeah, thanks for coming through, my G, and supporting the channel as always. I'm sure you'll be giving a good review of the match afterwards. Should Lukaku and Barella start in the upcoming match? I'm guessing you mean, Aniket. Yeah, with Lukaku, I was quite happy with Lukaku's performance in general, because it was a difficult match. The centre backs did a good job on him. He didn't get any goal scoring opportunities. But Barella, when Conte took off Eriksen instead of Barella, I was a little bit annoyed, because I felt like today Eriksen was definitely better than Barella for me. Barella's been having, I'm going to call him stinkers now, because I've been saying stinkers, but then I say, oh no, by his standards, a stinker. But these are actually now, we're getting, it's not, that wasn't even a 6 out of 10 performance for me from Barella. These are not Barella level performances. He's missing sloppy passes. He's not dangerous in the final third. He's sloppy touches as well, losing 50-50s, which is what you expect from Barella to be winning those, those physical battles that he wins, those scruffy battles in midfield that he usually wins. And he just seems off the pace. I don't know if he needs, as I was saying, Hakimi wasn't performing for a couple of matches. Darmian came in, great, sign to the player. Vidal wasn't performing at one point out of the team. You need, when someone isn't performing, we've got the depth now, especially in midfield. We saw Sensi came on with nice energy, nice, passing. We've got the depth in midfield now to make Barella rest. I think he needs a little sign that, you're not guaranteed a spot in this team. You can't continue with these kind of performances, even though he's been, one of our best players of the season without a shadow of a doubt. As I was saying, De Paul today, another 2 assists. Milinkovic-Savic, is putting up 8 goals, 9 assist numbers. Kessie still performing at a good level. The midfielder of the season, the Serie A is quite an interesting battle this year. But if Barella wants to win that, we need something better. 7 straight wins with just 1 W, 3 in a row. Come on, it's an emergency at this point. Who are you referring to? Sorry, call me Spices. If Lautaro scored in 30 minutes, this match would have been 3-4-0. Yeah, but I think that Lautaro won because in the end it was given like a free kick, but I think it would have been reviewed as probably a foul or a handball. I've seen people say it was possibly a handball, but yeah, obviously when you score that early goal, it changes the match. This team, they have to come out, they have to attack you a little bit more. But credit to Hellas Verona as well. Hellas Verona played well. Let's get some of the stats up actually. Let's talk through some of the match statistics. Because, in the end, Hellas Verona, when you look at the stats, they deserve a draw. At halftime, it was 60% possession for Inter, but now they ended up with 51. Same shots in total. Inter had 2 more on target, and obviously the goal. And then, yeah, Verona played well, guys. They're a tricky team. They actually did better than I expected. I thought, because of their lack of motivation, I thought maybe this could be a good chance to play them. Last few matches, they've had 5 defeats in the last 6 games, but they did well. The bang in the middle of the Serie A table. So they don't really have much to play for, but they did well out there. We have to give them credit where it's due. But luckily, or expectedly, Juventus dropped more points. These guys keep dropping points more than Handanovic drops balls, because they drew to Fiorentina. So Atalanta can overtake Juventus, and that top 4 spot is starting to look sticky for Juventus, man. It really is. Fiorentina, all the way down there, almost fighting for relegation, getting a result. Great to see. And tonight is an interesting match: Milan versus Lazio, or Lazio versus Milan. Hopefully Lazio can get revenge on Milan from last time, because that match deserved to be probably a draw. Matteo Hernandez, I remember watching that match, killed them in the last few minutes. So yeah, need Lazio. They're still in the hunt for the top 4, because remember they've got a game in hand, or 2 games in hand. So they can really make a late run for that top 4 spot if anyone drops out, if Juventus or Milan drop out. So yeah, at least if Lazio can get a draw tonight, that will make things really interesting for this top 4 race. And yeah, what did you guys make of in terms of man of the match? Who's your man of the match, guys? Let's get the comments in for man of the match, and then flop of the match as well. But let's start off with the positives. Who was the man of the match, and then we can go for the flop of the match. Or Malinowski, we need you to score. We need you to score. Whoever Atalanta is playing, he's on great form. Malinowski, he's had like 5 or 6 assists in his last few games. He's really picking up form. Yeah, we have been born in Vito. Like today, the first half I found it quite entertaining, because I like these kind of Serie A chess matches, quite tactical battles. But yeah, that second half was not good. Verona was taking possession mainly, and Inter, they weren't really creating much chances. The goals we scored was beautiful. That's the one thing. Even if it is 1 goal we scored, the goals we score usually are quite nice. Remember that the goal against Cagliari was a team building all the way from the back. The same with here, building up from the back. Sanchez, Hakimi assist, another Hakimi to Darmian. Yeah, actually, this is another Hakimi to Darmian, just like the Cagliari. That was the wing back to wing back connection. This was the same situation here. So shouts out to Hakimi with another assist to Darmian. Good connection from them both. Yeah, Lukaku does look exhausted. I've been saying for a while, man. Lukaku just needs some rest. I know Conte just doesn't see Pinamonti, doesn't clearly rate him one bit as a footballer or as a striker, but surely he can get 5-10 minutes here and there to give Lukaku some rest. Because yeah, you can just see Lukaku is just there huffing and puffing, and at the end of the match he's got like no energy. Sanchez tries to put through balls into space, but he doesn't even make the run because he just hasn't got the energy after the battle, after a physical battle for most of the match against the Verona players. Lukaku still needs 1 more assist for 10 this season. Yeah, man, he's putting up great assist numbers. He's up there with the best right now in the league, with Çalhanoğlu, with the other guys. So yeah, hopefully he can get a few more assists, and maybe he can even finish. If he doesn't finish, top scorer, he can finish, top assister, which is mad. Barella is too bad he didn't let 10 games. Yeah, I'll have to go back and think about exactly when this Barella mid performances have started, these kind of average Barella performances, but it has been for a while. It has been for more than 5 or 6 games now. It's been, even before he got suspended. We've never really invested in goalkeepers in many years. We've had Handanovic since 2012. We've not really needed to. Handanovic, let's not shit on him. This guy was our best player in darkest times. Between that banter era, it was probably between him and Icardi being our best player, between the 2012, 2016, 17 times. And then obviously we started to sign more quality players. But this guy, he's been a great servant for us. But, you have to make a break at some point. You have to understand him himself, that his time as a top level goalkeeper is probably over. But it's difficult nowadays. It's difficult nowadays to invest because goalkeepers are so expensive. Maybe Atletico Madrid can go for Gagliardini plus 10 million for Oblak. Yeah. Maybe 15 million plus Gagliardini. They can go for something like that. Muso Dragovski will bench Handanovic for sure. Yeah, so I'll probably have to make a video on this, like look at the stats and everything on the goalkeeper situation. But yeah, Musso is definitely one of the favorites. I'm not a big fan of Dragovski. I think a lot of Inter fans rate him because he balls out against Inter, and they still remember him from that Inter-Empoli match when he saved loads of saves, and that beard is just, you can't have a guy with a homeless hobo beard as the Inter goalkeeper. He needs to shave that off first if he wants to come to Inter. But yeah, it's so at some point someone has to come in now, because this summer something has to be done. But liking Lautaro, Call Me Spices says, surely the calls have been overrated are gone. Yeah, I mean, the thing with Lautaro, he's like the golden boy in terms of, it seems like teams from or fans from outside of Inter rate him more than Interisti do, because he gets more of the, because he was linked with Barcelona. So you get those Barcelona fans that hype him up because they want him to play for Barcelona. He's Argentinian. He balls out for Argentina. He's got a really good goal-scoring record for Argentina. He seems to have a good connection with Messi. So all these kind of, he's a bit more marketable. He's young. He's quite stylish in terms of, on the pitch. He's nice to watch. He has some nice touches. Comp makers can make those skill videos where he's got nutmegs, nice touches, nice goals. So he's quite a marketable player. That's probably why some people, rate him more than maybe he should. And then obviously that 111 million release clause that we put in his contract kind of raises his profile. But yeah, I think he's proven everyone this season. Yes, he probably still misses more chances than we'd like him to, but at the end of the day, as I always say, the work that this guy does off the ball is just, I'm willing to accept him missing one or two chances here and there when he works that hard off the ball, when he wins so many balls back. Even today, he won like 2 or 3 balls back from their defenders. Like, I don't know many strikers like him that can do that work like that. Carlos Tevez type, dogged attitude, just never say die attitude. Just, it's so rare to find in a striker, in a modern striker. These modern strikers, most of them just like to, get the ball, play around a bit. But this guy has got a little bit of an old school mentality. Like, he goes to war when he steps onto that pitch. He's slide tackling, tackling everyone. He's a little firecracker. I love to watch Lautaro. And yeah, numbers wise, he's up there with Lukaku in terms of non-penalty goals. He's up there with the best in the league, and for under 23 players, he's right up there with the best. So put some respect on Lautaro as well, man. Lautarito el Toro. Yeah, we were saying this, the fact that maybe Handanovic needs to be benched. At the when he made that mistake against Hellas Verona in the first half of the season, we were saying that, come on now, Conte, give him a message that his place is not guaranteed. There is some competition. Radu, young keeper, yes, but got some Serie A experience. Looks like he has got some talent. Surely he deserves some playing time. And then in the Coppa Italia, he didn't get anything, which just shows that clearly Conte doesn't rate him at all. But I've lost hope in Handanovic getting benched, to be honest, even though he probably does deserve it. But it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, guys. I'd like to see how many clean sheets Handanovic would keep if he was playing for Udinese this year. Yeah, that would be, if you swap him for Musso, that would be interesting to see, or if he would keep as many clean sheets. Yeah, everyone's going in on Handanovic. We need a new keeper. Barella needs another child. He seems to go on. He only had one like a couple of months back, guys. We have to wait another 9 months. So this guy maybe is too busy making children. I think now he needs to stop making children. He's got 3 already. He's younger than me, and this guy's got 3 children. Maybe he needs to slow down on the children from Barella. Maybe too busy doing that, wasting his man energy. You think Conte will be looking for a goalkeeper within this financial situation, or prioritize? Yeah, that's the issue, Zizo. That's the crux of the issue. This year, we were already saying last year that it's time to, you don't buy a keeper once your keeper starts to make mistakes. You have to see ahead of time. You're a big club. You don't move as a reactive club. You have to look ahead and see, okay, Handanovic is now 36, 37. You can see he's slightly on a decline. you can see there's other keepers out there that are available. Maybe secure one before, on a deal that says, you keep that keeper for a year and then he comes to Inter. Because now you're moving reactively. Because as we were speaking the other day, Liverpool, when they brought in Alisson, they brought in after Karius embarrassed him in the Champions League final. We were talking with Anthony from Inter Worldwide. Do you need like that type of moment where Handanovic embarrasses you in a Milan derby or in a Champions League knockout game where he drops the ball like that? Is that you're waiting for that moment to actually invest in the keeper? But at the same time, Inter's financial situation doesn't make it easy, because goalkeepers these days are expensive. There's other priorities in the team, like the left wing back position, the Lukaku backup. It's difficult. It's difficult to see if it actually will happen. There's rumors that Handanovic's contract, there's one more year on it, that they will renew it just to spread out his salary a little bit more. Yeah, honestly, it out of all the things, it seems like the Handanovic situation doesn't seem to be much of a priority for Inter, but it should be. It should be now. It should be made a priority, because the signs are all there now of the decline. This how many more signs do you need that this guy is declining? Our captain is declining, and then maybe we do need a new captain as well. So I think is not. I don't think it's going to be a priority still, from what the reports I'm reading. Even if we sign Cragno, Musso, Musso, I think definitely if Musso comes in, that would be, because Udinese won 30, 40 million for Musso. So if you spend that much, then that's definitely a number one keeper coming in. So that's not to challenge Handanovic, that's to replace Handanovic. But if you bring in someone like Silvestri, the Verona goalkeeper, or Cragno, the Cagliari goalkeeper, or someone that's good keeper but not top level, then you're saying that that's someone to challenge Handanovic. But then it might be also a lot cheaper. If you can get Cragno for like 10-15 million, or Silvestri for 10 million plus counterparts, as the reports are saying, that could also make sense, having that Szczesny, Buffon type of dynamic, where you got two goalkeepers challenging for the number one spot, the Ospina Meret type of dynamic with the two number ones challenging for the spot. That's probably more realistic, because there is a cheaper alternative, and it's probably more realistic, like, so Cragno, if Cagliari get relegated, is definitely available at a better price. You got good relationship with Cagliari from all the players that we've given them for free. Silvestri as well, playing from mid-table Verona, not particularly a team that, not like Udinese, who like to keep their players unless you pay the big bucks. Verona, from what I see, they're willing to sell their players. And we saw with Amrabat last year, went to Verona after he was their player of the year last season. So, Verona are a team that you can definitely negotiate with much easier. But it's definitely something that Inter have to look into, because it's getting ridiculous now, because that is very very worrying. Conte's tactic is trash. No, I disagree. We need to push defenders 20 meters up, press some more energy, play with 4-4-2. Bro, we're winning. This is what we've been doing for most of the season now. It doesn't look great. It doesn't, the matches are not great, but that does not mean the tactics are trash. Even you can see Conte is trying at some points to push the defenders, the strikers, to press a little bit higher. But now the Inter players know that if they retreat, they've become comfortable defending like this, letting the other team have the ball. And why not? Like, Verona in open play, they didn't really create much. Some of the chances they had mainly were from the set pieces. So it's, and another clean sheet. Like, how many clean sheets have we been keeping? We've got the best defense in terms of goals conceded. The tactic works. It might not look nice to you at the moment. I can admit to you, we've not been playing that well, but it's not trash tactics. Especially if it wins you the Scudetto, it's not trash tactics. Samir, very good point. Let me pull it up, because I've seen Smiley made the GIF for it, and we can have a look at this. Because I did not know, guys. I did not know that Ashraf Hakimi had this in his locker. Did you guys know? Because I've never seen him. But look at this free kick from Hakimi. Silvestri was beaten. He did not know what's going on. Look at him. He did the Handanovic there. He did the mannequin challenge. Because Wow, Hakimi hit that ball real nice. And that was quite far out. That was like 30 yards out. Like, I was expecting nothing near that quality. So shouts out to Ashraf Hakimi, man. That was a very impressive free kick. And maybe in the future, he might be taken over from Ericsson if he can take some of those free kicks, because Ericsson's free kick wasn't particularly great in the first half when he took his free kick. So yeah, did not expect that from Hakimi, but very impressive. So I'm getting some Hakimi man of the match shouts. Edwin says De Vrij. Hakimi from Julian as well. De Vrij once again. Flop of the match, Handanovic. We need Esposito back. Well, let's see, man. Esposito, what's he scored? Like 3 goals in the Serie B. He doesn't know even a given starter for Venezia. Let's stay calm with Esposito. If Pinamonti's not getting any minutes, I doubt Esposito will get any minutes. We need to get a striker that Conte likes and will actually get minutes. Not I've given up on trying to push the idea of having the youth, because clearly Conte, he'll play someone that he likes. He doesn't really, if he doesn't rate you, he doesn't rate you. He's one of those types of managers. Lukaku, yeah, I've been saying that all season since last year. I just don't see the Lukaku Sanchez partnership clicking. They just seem to have, they're just on different wavelengths when they play. Yeah, Bjorn's on the same wavelength as me. He's all right, but that beard is horrible. Nobody respecting Cranio better than Musso. I don't know about that, Johan. I've been watching. I used to be on that. I used to say that. Well, to me, Cranio is definitely the best Italian goalkeeper after Donnarumma. But I've been watching Musso more this season on purpose, when I'm not watching De Paul on their team. But yeah, he looks the part to me. He's more commanding of his area. Something like what happened today with Handanovic. He's much better at doing that because he's a big, strong, athletic goalkeeper. Cranio is 1.85 m or 1.82 m. He's quite a short goalkeeper. So when it comes to commanding from goal kicks, corner kicks, free kicks, indirect kicks, his height is gonna be an issue. Whereas with Musso, he's a big, strong, athletic goalkeeper, which is nice to have at the back. But Musso Cranio definitely deserves respect, and he's gonna go to the Euros as Italy's. Probably he's gonna be the number 2 or number 3, because Mancini has a fetish for Sirigu, even though Sirigu is at an awful season. And in reality, it should be Cranio the number 2 for Italy after Donnarumma. He's unlucky that he plays for such a stinky Cagliari team, man. Young strikers, Mr. Law is going to be amazing. I'm guessing you're talking about Lautaro, yeah. Of course, Lautaro's just going to get better and better, guys. You just watch this guy's career trajectory. What I'm seeing, he's going to be one of the best. Yeah, Lukaku was decent today. He had some good link up. Pretty much all the chances we created came from him. Even the goal, there was a nice link up with him. That the Lautaro chance in the first half, there was a few chances where he created those chances from his hold up play, from his flick-ons. So yes, he didn't shine. He didn't get any chances, but he did a lot of dirty work today. Anyway, let me share my screen and we can decide on our man of the match, because it's a difficult one today. I think there's not particular standouts. Let's see who scored. Seem to have given it to who scored gave it to Hakimi. By the looks of it, they gave it to Hakimi with the 7.5, and then De Vrij's got the highest 7.6. I think with the clean sheet, with the way De Vrij handled Lasagna's pace, I would give it to De Vrij as well. A few of you guys have said De Vrij as well. But big shouts out to Matteo Darmian as well, of course, coming on, scoring the winner. So he's definitely in the top 3. And then Ashraf Hakimi as well got the assist. So really good from our wing backs today. Perisic, didn't really do much today. He had a few crosses. He always wins the corner. When Perisic has the ball on that side, he's probably going to hit the defender, but he'll get a corner at least, which is always handy. Barella got 6.6 and Ericsson 6.5. And then from Verona, we got, no one really stood out for them. Seems like Barak and Ceccherini and Magnani got the best, the two yellow carded centre backs who were taken off got the highest rating for them. Handanovic 6.6, I would demote that to a 4. He's definitely, Handanovic has to be the flop of the match for me, just because he definitely could have costed us the points there. And also Barella for me, flop of the match with Handanovic. Just not good enough for me on a Barella level. I'm not saying he was bad, but it's just, it's been a while now, and I just, we praise Barella, we love him. He's probably, the fan base's favorite player, but you have to call out these guys once in a while when they deserve it. So yeah, I'm happy to give it to De Vrij. Stefan De Vrij, man of the match for me. He's this season is going to be interesting by the end of the season. Who we're going to give it, who the defender of the year is going to be. Last year was De Vrij. He won Serie A defender of the year. And this year, I think, once again, it has to be an Inter defender. It has to be one of Skriniar, De Vrij, or Bastoni. And at the moment, I'm leaning towards Skriniar. I feel like Skriniar has been the most consistent out of all our defenders. He's got key goals as well. His general play has been great. His defending has been great. He hasn't had a really bad match like De Vrij has had against Parma in the first half of the season. Bastoni's had a couple of bad matches here and there as well. But Bastoni as well, he's up there. He's in the running for best defender of the season. So that will be interesting to see who gets that award for defender of the year. Let's see who we got in here. Yeah, exactly. That's my point with Barella. That's my point with Handanovic now. Conte clearly is ready to send out messages when players are not playing well. When Vidal wasn't playing well, Vidal is his boy, is his guy. He was twerking for Vidal to come to the club, played him even when he's had stinkers in the Champions League. And then that Crotone match was the end, took him off at halftime. And then since then, he's not really won back his place into the team, and apart from a few weeks here and there. Hakimi, a couple of weeks back, wasn't performing. Darmian came in, did great. Skriniar last year, Godin came in because Skriniar wasn't performing to his level. So, once again, at this point, Eriksen, now he's come into this team because he deserves it. He's playing well. And Barella, maybe one match, then something needs to, he needs to give a message to Handanovic, Barella, mainly Handanovic. Barella, I'm probably being too harsh on him now, but the Handanovic definitely, you need to send out a message to the team that, these kind of performances are not good enough. Yeah, that's what I'm saying in terms of the Cranio thing. I don't think he would force a transfer. He doesn't seem that type of guy, but it would definitely give you the bargaining power when a team goes down. Yeah, and then in the Cranio, the possibility of using Raja in the deal, because Cagliari is the only team that wants Raja. Raja only wants to go to Cagliari, so that's a done deal there. And then I'm not sure what his residual value on the books is left, Raja, now. I'm guessing it's probably around 8 or 9 million. So we have to sell him for a minimum around of that amount, I believe, if we have to not make any losses. But yeah, if Cagliari are willing to negotiate a sort of Raja for Cranio swap deal, where Cranio might be valued a little bit more than Raja, so we pay them a few million, but still, that might be the best option, honestly. To bring someone low cost that can challenge Handanovic properly. Yeah, Ter Stegen, Oblak, Alisson, Ederson, those guys, we can't think about those guys. Those are out of our league. Ter Stegen's great with his feet, obviously. Lautaro was very unlucky, created some good chances. Yeah, especially that one where Lautaro on the counter, that was so good. If he scored that goal, it would have been one of the goals of the season. Took the ball for like near halfway line after Lukaku flicked it on. Took on like 3 or 4 guys and couldn't quite direct a shot, either side. It was kind of central to Silvestri, who made a good save. But yeah, Lautaro had a couple of interesting chances. Yeah, it's ready. I agree with you. Esposito is not ready at all. Just woke up. Liam says it was a snooze fest. it depends what you like. I quite enjoyed that first half, that little chess match between the Serie A, two Serie A teams, Juric versus Conte, tactical chess match. But the second half, yeah, you didn't really miss much, to be honest. Not many chances. You missed the Hakimi free kick though. Hakimi almost scored off a free kick, hit the post from like 30 yards out, and Lautaro had a like nice solo run. Which you missed, but apart from that, yeah, you probably good that you missed it. Honestly, sometimes I wish I don't watch these matches, but Van Hoysden is coming back. Yeah, it's not confirmed yet, Freddie, but there are rumors that there is a similar deal to the Pinamonti. There's a buyback that we have to complete with him, because obviously we did it for the capital gains, the plus valenza, to make some money a couple of years back when we sold him. It was quite an overvalued deal. I think we sold him for like 12, 13, 14 million, something like that, because he wasn't worth that much back then. So clearly there was some sort of, inflation to help in to make some money off that. And then just as we did with Pinamonti, we sold Pinamonti for like 16, 18 million to Genoa, and that definitely was not his value. And now this past year, we had to buy him back because it was part of the agreement. But yeah, he'll be interesting, but he's coming back off 2 ACL injuries, which is always, one is bad enough, but 2, players never the same after an ACL injury. So we'll have to see how he is, how he's recovered from that. If Conte likes him, if Conte thinks he can, work with him, do something with him. But he looks like a talented player, honestly. I've heard good things about people that watch the Belgian league, that watch Belgian football, that he's a good player. Who needs Muriel if we've got Darmian as a sub? Exactly, bro. Super sub Darmian, that finish, it wasn't a great finish, to be honest. I thought Silvestri could have done better. It wasn't particularly angled, but ice cool in his veins, this guy is a sick finisher. Will Pinamonti even get a winner's medal? Probably will. He's got a few appearances, so same as Raja. I think he in the Serie A, if you get a few appearances, you get the medal. And I think if we secure the Scudetto, I think Conte will play the likes of Radu, the likes of Pinamonti, and people like that to the end of the season. Like depending on when we secure it, if we secure it. Back to say, yeah, I was thinking of Said when Hakimi did that. Hakimi can take that. Yeah, I mean, you can't argue when Hakimi's taking free kicks like that. That's better than most of the free kicks I've seen Eriksen take. We need to play free-flowing football more. Yeah, players are afraid to shoot. That's the contest thing, though. That's why I was saying, I was watching that Champions League match between PSG and Bayern Munich, and I didn't hear the manager scream once. Pochettino and Flick were quiet on the sidelines, and I was imagining if Conte was one of the managers, you'd just be hearing Conte. That's like one of the kind of drawbacks of the Conte ball, or playing on the Conte and the Conte system. It just seems everything's very robotic, systematic. You just know where everything's gonna happen, and players don't seem to take risks at time. There's not much 1v1s, not much risk taking. That's the issue with the Conte system, really. But it works, guys. It works. You can't criticize it when it works. It doesn't look great on days like this when we kind of struggle through. We're stumbling through the last 3 or 4 matches. We're definitely stumbling over the line, but I enjoy a good defensive performance. But yes, we could probably have some more, free flowing football. But guys, winning is all that matters to me this season. We can think about the improvements next season when we get a full pre-season. Remember, we didn't have a proper pre-season this year. We finished the season last out of everyone because the Europa League. We only had 2 or 3 weeks to prepare. So next year we have more time. Conte has more time with these players. So then we can expect some improvements. Then we can say, okay, Conte, we're expecting improvements now in the play. Yeah, Trubin, it seems like a few people have mentioned him as well, the Shakhtar keeper. Obviously, as I said, the same with Dragovski. Once Inter fans see a goalkeeper ball out against them, it seems to become a thing. But obviously, I've not really seen Trubin outside of the Champions League. I saw he played against Real Madrid quite well as well. He looks like similar to Musso. He seems like, quite well-built, strong, big goalkeeper, tall. But Shakhtar are a very hard team to negotiate with. I know, the Willian, the players they sell them for a lot of money. They're a team that don't sell because they are financially very stable. Fred, Man United paid like 55 million for Fred from them. Fernandinho, Rakitsky back in the day as well. Like these guys, they're not an easy team to buy players from because they're financially stable. They're a rich team and they don't need to sell most of the time unless the player really forces the move. So I don't think Trubin is a realistic target, even though he is one to watch out for the future. He looks like a talented goalkeeper. Handa's lost his hands and brains, Akash says. Hey man, Samir man of the match for being a clown. My days. Everyone's going in on Samir, but he deserves it today, man. That was embarrassing. Yeah, we talked about it, Morrissey. We talked about Barella being, a little bit off. I wouldn't say more than 3 matches. I would say like 6 or 7 matches now, honestly. Abisso man of the match, yeah. Abisso making up for his mistake from 3 years ago. Happy birthday, Call Me Spices. Inter win on your birthday. Nice to see at least someone getting some joy from Inter. I think Benevento will get relegated instead of Cagliari. And hopefully they will take Raja. Benevento don't have money, man. Cagliari are a decent, like they have some money to spend. Cagliari with Benevento, these types of teams, they're gonna be able to afford Raja's wages and the transfer fee. So yeah, I wouldn't put any hope into that. Cagliari is the only team, or these kind of Middle Eastern teams. Maybe it used to be a hope from China, but China now they're not spending money into football anymore. One of these teams, Turkey, maybe, these Turkish teams sometimes invest in players like who are kind of on a decline, like, Özil. These, guys go out to Besiktas or Fenerbahce for the end of their career, like Schneider did. So someone just needs to buy a Raja offer, someone that can afford his wages, someone that can afford a small transfer fee at least, so we don't make a loss on the books. But we might have to make that loss to get rid of Raja at this point, because it's just getting to that point. He's just, last year at least he was balling out for Cagliari. Raja, he had like 6 goals, 7 assists last year. He was one of the best midfielders in the Serie A. It looked like a bad decision to let him go on loan, but this year, he's got like 1 goal, 1 assist or something like that. Just not good enough. He just looks out of shape. Osman just joining. How's my Super Sensi performance? He was decent. He came on for Ericsson around the 65th minute, and he was decent. Had a shooting opportunity where he should have done better, to be honest. But yeah, not bad. I was impressed with Sensi once more. Mo, once again, joining us. Do we deserve the 3 points? No, I've talked about this before, Mo. We didn't deserve 3 points today. Verona deserved 1 point out of this match. We got away with it. Handanovic, blunder, he got away with it. Abisso saving our ass. We did not deserve it. They had the same amount of shots as us. They created same amount of chances as us. Yeah, we didn't deserve the win today, but this is what champions do, as you say, Mo, as other people say. This is a champion mentality. You're getting these ugly wins that, other teams will be fuming watching Inter, saying like, how the hell did they win this? But this is all that matters at this point. 3 points, and now 5 points is all is left for us to clinch the glory. Yes, Mossab, from what I understand, Raja will be getting a winner's medal, because technically he's appeared for us in the season. I've never been more wrong about 2 players before joining Inter, Joseph says. Darmian and Lukaku. Fair play to you for owning up to it, because a lot of people they don't own up to it. But yeah, but I'm not gonna say I wasn't wrong on these 2, because I had faith in. I always say when Conte wants a player, I have faith in him. But with both of them, yeah, Lukaku, I was expecting, a 15, 20 goal season. I wasn't expecting him to dominate Serie A like he is. He's, lost the way. He's just an absolute animal. And with Darmian, I was expecting a solid, performance, trusty defender, reliable defender, wherever you put him. But this guy is offering match-winning goals that are giving us the Scudetto. So, yeah, they're definitely doing more than I expected, up and beyond what I ever expected from both of these 2. Ooh, this is the one thing I miss. I don't get to watch the Conte press conferences when I'm doing these lives with you. So thank you guys, whoever comments these Conte comments, because I like to get the views from Conte, fresh, hot off the press. So apparently he's called out the BS published in papers today, said he didn't say anything that they published. Do you think he's staying or not? I think he's staying. He's got one more year on his contract, Conte. His salary is going to go up to 13.5 million. Let's not forget, guys, net. This year is 12. Next year it goes up to 13. So financially, it makes sense for him to stay. Pandemic, there's no club that's going to hire him on those wages next year, and there's no vacancies at the moment. Chelsea recently took Tuchel on. Man United seems like they're sticking with the PE teacher. Arsenal, for some reason, sticking with Arteta. PSG recently got Pochettino. So the openings are not really there for Conte at the moment. So it makes sense for him to stay. The team is literally built for Conte. Like, this is custom made for Conte. Like, this is Conte's wet dream, this team. Maybe there's a few players here and there that he probably still wants, like a Kante or whatever. But this is the most a club's ever done for him. Like, Marotta and Auxilio really, like, just got him whoever he wanted. He wanted Vidal, we get you Vidal. He wanted Hakimi, we get you Hakimi. Lukaku, we spend, way beyond our means to get Lukaku for him. So it doesn't make sense for him to leave on that, because, the squad is there. The players are following him to death. The players love him clearly. He loves the players. The group is united. There's too many reasons for him to stay. The only way I see him leaving is really if, like, Suning say, like, we literally have to sell players this summer. Like, we have to dismantle, or we have to sell Hakimi, or we have to sell one big player. Then I can see Conte getting annoyed again, like, how he was this last summer, starting to pipe up and being annoyed. That's the only way I can see him possibly leaving. But honestly, I think he's staying, and it makes sense for him to stay. Yeah, we can't sell him to Jiangsu anymore. Inter was the first to wish me a happy birthday. Oh, nice. Darmian is the new. Yeah, we've been saying this, Sharif, since his goal against Cagliari. We were saying he's like the new D'Ambrosio, coming up with these, important goals like D'Ambrosio used to do, popping up all over the places. Left wing back, right wing back, left centre back, whatever you put him, this guy, he does the job. Conte to Spurs. Yeah, Spurs, they're not a team that invest. If Spurs, if Daniel Levy said to Conte, you can come and, spend as much as you want, we'll keep Harry Kane and Son, then maybe. But, Spurs are the worst team for Conte to go in the Premier League, because they won't spend any money. Their defense is not solid. He needs like a good defensive base wherever he goes. Conte says, if we win the season, they will begin the path where the Scudetto can bring more self-esteem. Never forget, Bonucci, Chiellini, Bazzagli were virgin in terms of victories when I arrived. That's true, and that's the same for De Vrij, Skriniar, Bastoni. De Vrij, he's been around the block, but he's never won anything. He's 28, 29 years old, never won anything. Skriniar's never won anything. Bastoni, obviously, is only 21, 22, he's never won anything. A lot of these players, the only players who have won in this team are Vidal, obviously, he's the one serial winner in this team. Perisic coming back off the treble with Bayern Munich, and I believe he won with maybe something with Wolfsburg and Dortmund, maybe. And yeah, apart from that, there's not much. Matteo Darmian, I think he won the Europa League with Man United. Who else we got in there? Eriksen won nothing with Spurs. Yeah, there's really not much. Sanchez has won some stuff with Barcelona, obviously. A couple of FA Cups with Arsenal, but there's not much trophy winners in this team. So yeah, a lot of these guys are virgin in terms of trophy winning, and that changes. Things change after. Everyone always says that winning trophies changes your mentality. So we'll see next season where that is actually true with these players. We've seen already this mentality change this season. These wins that we wouldn't get last season, it's a change of mentality, and that is very. That's a big credit to Conte. Yeah, Barzagli won Bundesliga with Bremen. You're probably right. I can take one match without Lukaku and Barella. Yeah, I wouldn't say they're just standing there, but yeah, I think, as we said, with Lukaku, I don't think it's possible. He doesn't rate Pinamonti, and So Lukaku just kind of has to play by default. But yeah, with Barella, I've said I'm happy now to see a Barella on the bench and maybe have a Sensi, Eriksen, Brozovic midfield, or even getting one of Vecino or Gagliardini in there. Spurs are getting battered right now, but still 0-0. Eriksen Ajax, yeah, that was like when he was like 21, 20 years old. And, I'm not sure how big of a part he was in that title win. Yeah, Perisic won the title with Dortmund, German Cup. Ashley Young, big Ashley Young, obviously, as a prem with Man United. Yeah, I know Daniele Mari is always posting the stuff, but it's a little bit too long to read on here to show. If Conte leaves us, be prepared about his next club trying to hijack players like Lukaku, De Vrij, and Hakimi. Yeah, for sure. Depending on where he goes and how much the money they have. Yeah, Lukaku definitely. he'll be straight in for Lukaku. I can imagine that for sure. But he's gonna stay. He's gonna stay here, guys. He's gonna stay here this season at least. He's got one more year. Yeah. What else, guys? Is there any Serie A going on at the moment? Let's have a look. Any matches? Cagliari are playing Roma at 5. Atalanta, Bologna. Yeah, so we probably need Atalanta. I want to see Atalanta overtake Juventus, honestly. That would be very fun to see. Then Torino, Napoli, interesting one. And then Lazio, Milan tonight. I'll definitely be tuning into that one for sure. Yeah, that was going to be good Serie A tonight. Before I leave, guys, let's rewatch that Matteo Darmian goal on the GIF once again, just to enjoy that one more time. Thanks to Smiley. Look at that. Takes the touch. Bam. Is that Megs? I think he got a nutmeg there. Look at him. Ice cool. Gotta rate it, man. Gotta rate this guy, Matteo Darmian. Put some respect on his name. Let's see. Last few comments from you guys before we go. We're coming up to an hour for this. Yeah, we need Lazio to win. Definitely going to be tuning into that one, man. It's going to be fun. I hope Lazio take revenge from that last match where Milan beat them. I think they've got enough quality to beat them for sure. Pretty positive that my player of the season is Uncle Sharma. Yes, the player of the season. I deserve it. I'm here with you guys, suffering all the time after these matches. It's been a long season, this one. There's been so many matches, guys. So I appreciate everyone that's been tuning into these live streams. Anyone that's coming in recently or been there for a while. It's been a long season. We started a long time ago. There's been so many matches, very short period. Champions League definitely broke our heart, but we've been watching a good Inter team. Finally, it's been a long time. We're watching a proper good Inter team. So yeah, thank you guys for being on this journey with me. And yeah, before you guys go, make sure to leave a thumbs up. How's my kickers going? So this is the Serie A fantasy. I forgot to do my team this week, bro. I've got like Lukaku as captain, and yeah, I think I still got Gersons on my team who's got a red card. So yeah, I don't think it's going very well. I need to be more on top of it. Dropped the ball. Suggestion for a video: your non-Inter games to watch the coming weeks, relegation battle, top 4. Yeah, that could be interesting one. But yeah, the relegation battle is definitely going to be interesting, guys. Cagliari are back in it. Fair play to them. They've got too much quality to go down, to be honest. They shouldn't be going down. And the Torino doing better, but Benevento starting to look shaky. What was the Benevento lost again tonight or earlier to Udinese? So they're Benevento really struggling. So if Cagliari right now they're playing, if they beat whoever they're playing, they can go on the same points as Benevento. And Torino are on 31 points as well, but they've got game in hand. Spezia still there, 33 points. So that's going to be interesting watch for sure in the next few matches. And the top 4 race, this is one of the best top 4 races the Serie A has had in a long time. So yeah, definitely keep an eye out for Serie A. I think this definitely is the best. It's been the best league, I think, objectively to watch this season. I mean, it's a shame for non-Interisti that the title race has kind of died down now, because Inter are kind of stumbling through it. Even, you know, this point gap is getting pretty comfortable. But overall, it's been an enjoyable Serie A season for me. Donnarumma as a free transfer, yeah, that would be the dream, man. I was saying this like even last year when there was already talk that Donnarumma was going to let his contract kind of wait to the end of the season to renew it. But his wage demands are way too high. He wants like 10, 12 million net a year, which would make him the highest paid player on our team by a big margin. So Lukaku and Eriksen are on 7.5. So that's gonna, you know, then Lukaku's gonna ask for more. You know, Lautaro's gonna ask. You know, everyone's gonna start asking for more. We can't afford those kind of wages at the moment. It's a shame, but in an ideal world, that would be our goalkeeping situation sorted for the next 15 years. I thought DePaul was suspended the last match, but yeah, so he's got two assists today. Hope Torino go down so we can buy Wilfried Singo. Yeah, Singo, he's an interesting talent as well. It'll be interesting to see which teams go for him. But yeah, he's one to keep an eye out for our right wing back position as a Hakimi backup possibly. But we've got Matty Darmz for that position at the moment. But yeah, guys, thank you guys for tuning in. 1-0 Inter, 5 points left to glory. De Vrij, my man of the match. Handanovic, flop of the match. Nicolo Barella, we're keeping an eye on you. Please improve. Yeah, next match for Inter. What is the next match? Let me have a quick look at the fixtures. Crotone. We are away at Crotone on Saturday, so we've got like a nice week to build up. Saturday, 5 p.m. kickoff. Not bad. So we'll be seeing you for that one. Crotone should be an easier win, surely. Crotone already relegated. I know Simi's on fire, but yeah, should be a win for that one. Well, yeah, guys, thank you for tuning in. My voice is almost gone. 1 hour of talking non-stop. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a thumbs up before leaving. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you for the next one, guys. Ciao, ragazzi.